All right. Hello, everyone. How you guys doing today? I have a splitting headache for one. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, I'm not sure why. I was like working on some plumbing, and yeah, maybe I just need an aspirin or something, or some sort of ibuprofen. But either way, hey, it's Halloween. It's not real, everybody. It's fake. It's okay. And I'm glad you guys are here. So feel free to say hi and chat. I'll wait for comments to roll through and all that stuff just to make sure everything's working. Fantastic. Feel free to say hi. I will refresh this one more time. And I'm glad you are here. Cool. All right, so today is all about Design to the Rescue, where you basically submit your side hustle, your company, your, I don't know, whatever small business or not. Um, and yeah, so basically, I will create a design for you guys, either branding or a logo, and we'll ultimately get this into Adobe Express. And that's actually where I end up doing my brainstorming too. So, okay, so pump up the volume. Check, check, check. Just checking volume. Check. Check, 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 check. Check, check. Just trying this out a little bit more. Let's crank it up a little bit. Is that better? Check, check. Let's try this volume. Check, check. Seems really loud to me, but let me just double check this. Let's actually go back to this view as well. And cool. I'll just do my best to, oh, maybe it's this setting. There we go. Is this better? Check, check. Is that better, everyone? Can you hear me good? Oh, it's peaking now. I'm sorry. There we go. Sorry about that. Somehow messed with the output volume. So tell me how that sounds, and we'll get this party started. So yeah, is this better? I'm just going to talk a little bit. And it's a little, it was distorted. I always have to wait 30 seconds for people to, okay, so yeah. So I turned down everything back to where it was. And I think these settings right in here just got cranked up a little bit. Okay, so sorry about that. You could tell I'm not myself because I got this huge wrench in my head. But don't worry, it's fake, everybody. And we'll get this party started. I'm glad you guys are here. Not to worry, it is all fake. But we have somebody special to highlight today, a special business, and then I'll go get a Band-Aid. So know that I'm going to be working in Express for the brainstorming, just so you can see. We are going to open up the file for the project that I'm working on, which is So Stitch Designs. Pam submitted this, and we'll take a brief look at just the content that we'll be making. Design of the Rescue, side hustle brand, rebrand, we know this. So Stitch Designs. So that's the company we're going to make, where it's an embroidery and heat transfer, also ribbon printing, so think printing, all that fun stuff. And that is the plan. So I went to this URL. Actually, that is why it is wrong. Let's take a look one more time. And try to get this to load up. There we are. Bingo. So Stitch Designs. Here's the company. So we'll take this. We'll make a logo for them. And we'll check out their social media presence as well. You can see some of the projects. And this is exactly what we're looking for when we talk about sort of doing a design. But this is really good. So there that is. This is actually, looks like they do not have social media that I can tell. And Pam, if you are here, feel free to say hello. I'll do it better. I'm still a little low on your end. Okay, so sorry, everybody. I'm so sorry. It keeps dropping down. I am so sorry. I have no idea. All of these are probably low. Okay, fixing it now. So I had to fix for each. Something is going wrong. But let's fix this. There we go. So sorry about that. I don't know why it keeps dropping the volume down. It must be on sort of on auto levels. So sorry about that. Okay, so let's get started. Let's jump in here and get this started now. And start with the text. Stitch. Might make these 2 words really fast on 2 separate lines. Check, check. Should be good now. We should be good. So sorry about that. I think when I switch scenes, it keeps dropping it down, and I'm so sorry about that. So, Stitch Designs. Hard to say the word so, because when you read it, it's like sew Stitch Designs? No, Sew Stitch Designs, right? So how can we link this together? How can we make a logo? A number of ways we could do this. I'll typically like search online. We could jump in and even take a look at just kind of creating a logo, right, from scratch. We could just use this to get some ideas, just to see if we have anything around embroidery or sewing, and that's what I'll search for, sewing. Okay, here we go. So be it. Oh, look at that. Fancy. Let's add a page. Hand sewn. I like this. Add as a page. And this is new, by the way, being able to add multiple social media posts or logos or whatever. You're just ultimately adding multiple pages right here. So I added all 3 of these templates as a page. And it looks like I duplicated that last one, but this is what we have. All right, we are good. Annika, thank you so much. Oh, you know, the struggle is real. But we can always try some of this. We could try what we even find in shapes, because we can type in, see if we get anything around so. And we're just experimenting. S-T-I-T-C-H, stitch. And I would honestly do some research anytime I start something. So I jump in, just search for sewing. What is sewing? Sewing logo, seeing what's out there, what we can kind of compare our logo to. And this is what we get a lot of. Some people don't like researching or, you know, Googling logos and things like that. I think you need to know what's out there if you're going to compete in the marketplace. So what is out there? Right, and there's not much guidance given from Pam, but we'll send some things her way and see what she thinks. Yeah, I'm liking some of this. I love this type of thing. That's what I gravitate toward. All right. All is right with the world. I'll do a better job of keeping track of chat. And thank you so much for joining me elsewhere. Roy and Muriel, South Bay Creations. Thanks. Head hurts. All right, so let's jump in here and play with these. So we have 2 S's that we could easily weave together. I'm actually in Illustrator. I grabbed some ideas from Express, right? We kind of did a little playing around here in Express just so we can see what it has. We also just kind of Googled sewing and sewing logos to see what we would get there. So that's kind of the research we did. I've done similar logos. So this should be, I don't know, maybe pretty straightforward. What I'm currently seeing is this S and S. So what if we do an S and an S, and then we can link these 2 together. So we can take this, maybe do something like that. So 2 different colors. We'll select both of these. And a new feature in Illustrator is intertwine. So we could select make this intertwine. So I'll select this bottom part of this S, and then it puts it behind. So this might be a good option for Sew Stitch, because it looks like weaving, right? We're weaving those together. So I think that's kind of fun. I think you guys get the idea. Not a good idea. So a needle pulling the thread. All right, I don't know what saying. You're saying Matthew Roberts, you're talking crazy. But I think this was like easy to do. I know I just grabbed a regular old font, right? It's probably Acumen Variable Concept because this is what I typically start with. We can start to play with different letters as well. So different fonts, jumping in here and just going with maybe something that's a little bit more script-like, which is what I'm going to do now. How come no results are found? Clear all. That is so weird. Script fonts. There we go. Now they're loading up. We see them all right in here. So we could try something with maybe a little bit more character. But this is what I'll typically do is I'll try just some alternates. A logo doesn't have to be just your initials, but that's typically where people start. Yeah, isn't intertwine fun? I think it's fun. We'll just roll through some of this. Some of these are really beautiful, like this. This is what I like. You know, it's harder to read as an S, but I'm really into this. Another thing we can do, again, for monograms, yeah, totally works out well. Anytime we're connecting two letters together, we can also consider going with opposites because we have two S's. What if we have one S that is still our, in fact, let's just hit I, sample that. One of them could be our variable concept font. And we'll change the color really fast. And the other one could be our like thread. So you have two S's there, but we sort of overlay one on top of the next. All right, so we'll still do that. We'll still use this intertwine. We'll go to make. We'll have these parts on top. This part on top too. So maybe it just, oh, actually, let's reverse this. Let's undo that. Let's reverse this. If you want to reverse it, go into Object, Intertwine, Edit, and then we want to go back over this and reverse it so it's underneath, and it will put it underneath. So now we have just this fun like thread look without being too literal with that thread. Happy trick or treat. Yeah, so yeah, I think, you know, thread, this sort of concept is nice. What's also nice about this, we'll take this, I'm just going to cut it. I'm going to put it on its own layer in Illustrator, paste it. And then we can kind of see what it's made of. So this is intertwine right over here. And we can see those two S's are right where they need to be. But what's most important is we can come in and still select this S and change the font. So if we decide we want it to be thicker, we still have control over the font. So it didn't outline it or anything like that. Maybe we'll move it up a touch. Can I move it up a touch? No. Oh yeah, I can. There we go. This is a good point I wanted to kind of point out is when you're using intertwine, give everything like a wide berth. That's the best way I could put it. Like make sure it has plenty of space because even as I move this around, you could see those parts where I cut it out, right? So we want to make sure it has enough space as we move things around and even size things up because in this case, I want to just give it a little bit more weight like that. Okay. This obviously has a color. Cool. So this is cool. This is kind of strong. I kind of want to take this, duplicate it, intertwine. We can release it from intertwine because I want to kind of maybe pick an even thicker font for this. And yeah, I'm just going to be playing with some things. Maybe like that. And also for this, I could adjust the transparency. Let's do this. You ready for this, everyone? Let's do this. This is what I want to do. And pardon me as I like just kind of analyze this design. Okay, my brain is working. It's working. I swear to you it's working. In this case, I want to take this and I'm going to create outlines for this part. So I actually want to be able to adjust some of these points so they're a little bit longer. So let's do that. Taking these parts and I'm just going to pull this down. So that's what I want to do. Kind of pull that down, take this end, pull it out more like that. So we just need some more swirls and some more curves. Now we'll take this. I will bring back the opacity and we'll still jump in and we'll do intertwine with it. This is going to be under. Wait for it. So when I said, like, give it a wide berth, which I hate that term, but just make sure you have enough space so you can move things around. Okay. Maybe like that. Pull it out more. So let's take this. We're going to duplicate it again because that's how we roll. And I just loved the hole. I want to make this, put an eye of a needle right here and maybe have that go through the eye of the needle. So this is going to be, I'm not going to lie, this is going to be kind of complex. You know what I'm saying? There we go. This is gonna be a little bit difficult, everyone. Can I just be honest with you? All right, well, let's do this. Let's release this. Release intertwine. Let's get to work. We have a job to do. We got to help out Pam. By grabbing an ellipse. We'll just grab a circle. I want to like put the eye, like this eye of a needle, like right there. It's kind of what I'm thinking. And I kind of want to round the ends. So let's do that. Selecting this, going in here, maybe hiding this. Boom. Get rid of that. Now we'll just deal with this. We need to make these corners just like rounded because it's just going to look better. You know, we're going to soften it up a little bit like that. This is the eye of our needle. Do we shrink it like this? Do we rotate it like that? Do we do something like that? I don't know. Just kind of working this out. We'll take these two. The nice thing is, in Pathfinder, I'm going to hold down the Alt key or the Option key, and it will give me the ability to move this circle around even after I punch the hole in it. So, oh, Annika, you darn right you did. Always be honest with this, Bill. Wade, how the heck are you, man? Good to see you. Always be. Man, would I lie to you? Of course. No, just kidding. Of course I wouldn't. Come on, that's like lying to myself. You're like literally watching me like design live. And now I'm just like trying to move this circle into place. And this is probably what I need the most help with. And it might not be perfect. So we'll just try this out. So maybe there's a hole there. Let's take our thread. Where's our thread? you know, here's our thread. And we can start to manipulate this. Another way to manipulate objects is actually using the pin tool. So we could use this puppet pin tool and then take this and kind of pull this in this way so it's like in the center, something like that. Might need to smooth out this part. Such is life, huh? Just trying to smooth out points. We're just trying to smooth out the sharp edges in life most of the time. I'm not even crazy what the puppet pin tool did there. So maybe we'll rotate it. Increase it, lock that down, wait for it. Like that. Select this one, move that up like something like that. There we go. Okay. Let me know if you have questions. Yeah, Wade, I'm glad you're here as well. It's always like fun seeing friends in chat. We had Adobe Max like 2 weeks ago. I feel like I'm finally like getting back to normal. Life's getting back to normal, which is good. So yeah, it was a busy week. All right, so we'll take this. All right, so now we'll do intertwine with this. So, oh, Joshua, you have a sewing machine. You're constantly altering your clothes. That's so cool. So you got some skills. So let's take these two. Now we're gonna do intertwine. Now that we know what we want to do, such is life. Do we really though? But now we'll go ahead and draw a circle around that, and now we can see it's underneath. That'll come out. It'll be on top. It'll go. I feel like it needs to go underneath here, and then over there. Let's just try this. Oh, no, that's not going to work. Let's do... This is going to be under. Under. Maybe it'll be like this. There we go. Something like that. That's what I'm thinking. What do you guys think? You see the SS? Andrea, you missed seeing me at Max? Ah, man, I hate it. People that I would like to see that were there. You were there and you didn't tell me you were there. How dare you? But this is kind of what I'm going for. Haven't played with the colors yet, but I think this is like along the lines of what we want. So we have our two S's for sew stitch, right? Don't have to worry about putting the D designs in there. I'm wondering if it's even needed, the word designs. I like sew stitch alone, so either way, let's play with the colors now. I always like to refer back to the brief, which, by the way, my form doesn't have a whole lot of detail. But embroider and heat transfer, let's go back out to the website. Let's take a look at their stuff. So it's cute. I don't want to pick colors just to pick colors. It has to be done with a reason. So I'm trying to find some like overall color values that might be in her work. Like I love this. Look at that sewing. Awesome. Right? So I see this is kind of cute. Let's load some more. Oh, wow. Your text goes here into it. Right? So soft colors, not sharp. Maybe they're primary colors. I think they need to be soft and friendly. So that's what we're trying to do with a color. Soft and friendly, just like a plush toy. So take any one of these. Let's see if I can just grab this. Okay, so maybe I can't, but I can do a little screenshot. Boop. In case we need to sample colors from it. Here it is. That's all I'm doing. Using this stuff as a resource. Oh, yeah. So the colors kind of need to be in line with the work, right? So especially knowing that the logo and the designs will probably be on the same page. So we want it all just to seem unified. Ernesto, thank you. You know, a lot of those lines I just kind of like, I don't know. A lot of that stuff, like we have rehearsals. I didn't say half that stuff. But I'm glad you understood what I was getting at when I say drunk with power, because that's the way I felt. Like, I'm drunk with power. All right. For this image, we can come up with a bunch of different colors. Actually, let's try that really fast. Let's do this really fast. You ready for this? Whoop. Here's, 6 different squares. We'll go into edit colors. It really means a lot to me that you said that, Ernesto, drunk with power, because I loved that line. And I'm like, is it going to come across as stupid? Because that's how I feel. So anyways, I just really appreciate that. Recolor artwork. Everything is black. I must be losing my mind. Start dragging all these out just for fun. Anyways. All right, well, I just wanted to sample colors from this. If you ever want to sample colors from a photo, watch. I'll hit this object. I'll hit I, and you're going to get nothing but white. So this happens, right? You click, you get nothing but white. You're like, no, I want that green. You'll then, like, vectorize it, when what you need to do is just hold down the Shift key, and you can sample colors from a photo. So that's what I'd want to do here. I, for sampling, so let's select this. I, Shift key, click, there you go. So that's all I'm showing right here. There we go. Okay, cool. We got 3 colors. Let's move on with the rest of the stuff we're working on. And take a look right in here. Okay, cool. Got this. We have these 3 colors that we can play with. I'll select this one. Try that, try this, try this. I'm kind of liking this pink personally. I'm going to punch it up a little bit, but we're not going to do too much here. And yeah, I like this. Boom. I think we did it. I think this is the one right here. I'm really feeling good about it. We could get extra fancy with it too. Like maybe this is sort of our basic one. And then we can go in and start adding shadows and different things, which would be really cool. Okay, so maybe I want to do that. Let's try it. Let's take part of this and add a gradient. Just a subtle gradient. From a pink to a slightly darker pink. Kind of like that. Add a little bit of shading. And then even try like a shadow. Is there like a shadow coming off of this thread? Just a thought. You know, something like that. Colby, what'd you think, buddy? So this is one of the things that I think the intertwine feature needs. Once you use it, we want to really extend that depth look a little bit farther for what we're doing, right? It's by adding these nice like shadows and things. Maybe it's actually getting a little bit closer on this side and then spreads out further on the other side. So something kind of like that. We'll do this right down here. Kind of like that. And then down here. I only have an hour, so sorry if it's not too exact, but you get the idea. Does that give it a little bit of a pop? Wait, what are you talking about? Colby, is there something on my... Wait a minute. What? I need a Band-Aid. I need to get a Band-Aid here, folks, in a little bit. But not right now. So I'm busy knocking this out. Crank this up a little bit because I notice everybody really, you cannot see it too well. There we go. And tweaking away. Tweaking away. Something like that. Ooh. Ooh. This is our life as designers, just tweaking stuff. Like, oh, just make that a little bit smoother. There we go. Cool. We did the thing. All right. I need a Band-Aid. So what do we have? We've noticed this evolve, which has been nice. Kind of where we started. Sort of how it started, how it's going, sort of where it ended up. Like this. And really, we jumped right into the design. I actually didn't even do very many versions. And, you know, a lot of different versions doesn't, I don't know, like, we should talk about that, Jan and Steve and everyone, Frank. You know, if you are doing a logo for someone or doing any design for someone, are you doing lots of different versions and showing it to them? You know, or are you just doing one? You pitching one logo, one design? The issue is anytime you pitch multiple designs, as the client being indecisive and not knowing, they want to mash it all together. So kind of like today, it's like you end up with a Frankenstein design, which is appropriate for Halloween, is what I'm saying. So yeah, so that's the problem if you pitch multiple designs. I think in this case, since I think we already have one that we like, yeah. I know some people will create multiple designs hoping that one is maybe one they will reject. You know, so they'll have the one that they like reject, hopefully making the one that you actually want them to select. Like if I had these two logos, Sausage Designs and this one's, like here's two logos and I pitch both of these, you want this one to look good, so you make it look better by comparison. So you serve up an ugly logo, but you always have the potential that the logo is actually going to pick the ugly design. So I say just don't do that because you're just trying to manipulate people anyways. I'll use noun project, by the way, and we could do thread. Let's see what happens if we just search thread and, you know, we have some fun stuff like this. You know, that's kind of cool. I'm just pointing out different different designs. Kind of like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you guys think. Let's take this one. There we go. Like, we could take something like this and maybe wrap an S around it. So that was my next thought. Could we do something like that? I don't know. Maybe. They will always pick the ugly one. Elisa? Am I saying your name correctly? Sounds like you're talking from experience. Because, yes, you would be right. So this could be fun. Kind of having this wrap around. So yeah, maybe I will try that. Let's try this. Let's take this. Let's go to our colors. Swatches, actually. Mm-hmm. All right, let's do this really fast. Let's get it done, Paul. No more messing around. Using this big old honking eraser. You guys ever use the eraser? Something like that. You know, is this on top? That's what I was looking at doing. Something like that. But we still need to erase more parts of this. So it's just a process, right? It's just a long process. And I'm trying to do this quickly. So anyways, there's design number 2. You get the idea. Let's throw that right on there. There we go. Put this on top. Do something like that. Okay, cool. Just another option. I think it's fine. Facebook user. Hello. Let's go ahead and big ol' honkin'. Okay, so let's take this. Let's output it. I might want to change the size. I actually have no idea what size this is. I have no idea what size I'm even working at. Yeah, that's like a thing that happens. I do this all the time. You're working in Illustrator, like, how big is this? It gets to be important when you're ready to output it. So we'll go to the asset export panel. We will change this to maybe ping or SVG. Let's try ping. We'll drop this in here like so. Oop, not like so. Let's group it, and then we'll drop it in here. And for this SS logo, I will increase this to at least 2 times the size, or 4 times the size if I want to. But that way it doesn't really matter what size it is at. It's going to output it pretty large. I'll do a secondary one because I just realized that I might need one with a white string that's going to go on a dark background. So let's jump in there, select this, we'll go white, and this is looking really good as well. Still have a little bit of an issue with this. Let's just cheat this. I'm cheating it. Let's cheat this a little bit. Since it was black on black, we didn't notice it. You guys probably knew that was going to come up, didn't you? But let's bring that down like that. Kind of like that. Ah, good Lord. So, you know, life. It's getting a little tricky right now. Let's take this. Let's hack our way through it, people. Let's hack our way through it. And I need to save my file as well. Okay, there we go. Boom, boom. Object. Ungroup. Wait for it. Release. Cut it. Cut this stuff out. Get rid of that. Get rid of all this. There we go. There we go. That is fine. I'm just putting this on top. Done. Okay, we did it. Congratulations. Let's take this, group it, drag it in here, and now we have our SS white version. We'll make sure that's cranked up to 4 times the size, ping file, export to my desktop like so. We could also do the same thing where we add a scale or actually just a different file type. So here's SVG, export that out, desktop, done. Right, so we exported out all our graphics. It's happening now. Can you select the white object and bring it on top? I wish, Ernesto. So when it comes to intertwine, you can't. Like, I mean, because actually the shadow, the problem was the shadow was not part of the original intertwine sort of segmentation. So that's the deal. But that looks good. We have that done. Let's close that. Let's get rid of this stuff. Let's go to Express. Now we have our version right in here that we could drop in. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Go to Photos. We could upload that photo. We can see what it looks like in here, by the way. We can see what it looks like in InDesign. That's the goal. All right, but there it is. Boom. Sort of what's out of the box on Express, giving us ideas versus the one that we ended up with. Right, so that's what we're going for. Let's turn this into a whole project. So let's SSD. That's what we'll call it. We'll go home. We're going to make a brand. Brands. Create a brand. And this is where we make our brand. Upload. Colors. Look at this magic. Look at this. You guys see this? I'm in Express. Check this out, Colby. By the way, I did not pick a pink color. It analyzed this logo and suggested these colors. That's awesome. So yeah, I'm going to pick that pink. We'll choose our font, which will just be something fun and curly, like local brewery, that deal. So Stitch Designs. Create the brand. We did the thing. Wait for it. And there it is. Secondarily, we want to pick a sans serif font like this PT Sans, because, hey, has my initials. There we are. And I'm going to invite other people. So give me 1 second. I'm just going to switch over to this screen just so you guys have the URL. And so I could hide Pam's email. She might not want everybody to have her email. So give me 1 second. Copy. There we go. Invite to view. Done. Let me switch back. So just so you guys know, I invited Pam to have access to this brand. So now she will have access to it. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to home. I'm going to start making an Instagram post. Hey, why not? She's just launching her business. So let's grab something. Fabric. Let's just type in fabric and see what we get. Ooh, this stuff is fun. Ooh, this is fun. at this. Look at that. Awesome. So we'll go to design. Notice how it actually is not highlighted. These are different colors. It actually says En route travel company. That's not going to work. It's SSD posty. And let's go to home. Wait for it. I basically need to define that as the primary brand. Audio overall is low again. So sorry, everyone. I don't know what's happening. Every time even when I switch back to the same scene, it drops that logo down, or the Thank you, Annika. Thank you, Colby. Yes, the audio dropped down anytime I switch to a scene, and I got to troubleshoot that later. But nonetheless, I'm back in brands. En route was the one that was being used right in here. This is where we need to say, hey, you know what? Make it the default, right? So anytime I'm making assets for So Stitch Designs, we want to use those assets there. So go back to home, which also, by the way, here's the recent ones are right here. We'll click on it. Rob, it was Professor Val with the pipe wrench at Adobe Max. So now that's more like it. So Stitch Designs, click, and it changes everything and adds the logo in there. This is the problem anytime you use a let's try to get to it. Let's ungroup this. Well, there's a lot going on here. And all caps. Font, never use cursive. Now open for orders. Something like that. We'll get the letter spacing down, line spacing, all that good stuff. Okay. Let's see what she says over here. Okay, here we go. Show your love with heart-made, high-end, personalized embroidery. Let's do that. Personalized embroidery. Something like that. There we go. So Stitch Designs. Drop that right there. And then here's the logo. Notice how this isn't working because I knew this was going to happen. Anytime you put something, say, on black and the logo's black, well, we need to change that off to the side. Let's actually upload the white logo. But you could do that in your brand segment. Tarcisio, hey man, it's good to be back. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's good to be back. Good to have things kind of coming back, getting back to normal a little bit, because it's been a little crazy with Max happening and all that stuff. So there's our cool logo, and this is just a template that I used. I probably want to bring in some designs, some fabric, some other things, which I could do. Yeah, let's try it. Let's search for fabric. I just want like a cool embroidery, embroidery, embroidery. Oh yeah, like this. That's cool. this stuff. This is nice. So I just need to kind of like add a human element. So right here, we'll take this and we just want to add this to the, instead of it just using black, we're going to drag this underneath everything else. Something like that. I get it. It's hard to read. We'll fix it. But yeah, just working on the design. Let me know if you guys have questions. And let's talk. I get to play some squash today. I'm so excited about that. Tell me what's going on with you guys. So Stitch Designs. Boom. Put that right there. Bring this up. Maybe this is on this element. And maybe we want to add a filter to it. So maybe it's darker. It's like easier to see. So that's something we can try. Even for this image back here, if I can grab it, we can, you know, change the, wait for it. There we go. I don't know. Am I making this look worse? Maybe. This is way too busy. Ugh. I don't know. It needs work. I need help, people. Joshua's making new worlds today. Awesome. So this is what I do with the design. Whenever I'm struggling with it, I'll probably take this, I'll duplicate that page. So now we have a second one. And this one I'd consider jacking with a lot, right? Because I don't even know if this is working. Maybe this needs to be smaller. Just a lot needs to happen with this. A lot needs to happen. I basically just need to make it look better. That's all. If you can't select items by just clicking on them, you can select the layers panel over here and then use your arrow keys. Do something like that. There we go. Something like that's looking better. Got it? Got it. Cool. All right, Colby just picked up some Halloween candy. Man, Halloween candy is dangerous. Let me ask you, do you get Halloween candy that you like? Or maybe are you at that point in your life where you get candy that you don't like, knowing that you're not going to eat the whole bag if no one shows up? Or if you have leftovers, basically. So let me know what you're doing. Do you get the candy you like, or do you get candy that you will not eat? So actually the trick-or-treaters have some. Right, so that was really easy. Easy to do. We're done. Ernesto says, wow. Yeah, that works. I think these are both pretty cool. Right, the second one wins. We'll take that first one. We'll just delete it. And now we have this second one. From there, we could download it. I might want to share this with Pam. That's probably what I'll do. I'll, you know, share it with her. Give her the ability to edit it if she wants to. Doesn't matter what sort of candy it always gets eaten. That's awesome. By the way, we could always download this as a PDF. And we could then edit it in Photoshop or Illustrator. Okay, so that's what I usually do. So thank you so much for that, Annika. I could share this with you guys too, by the way. I don't know why I'm just like downloading it to my desktop, but this one has lots of layers. But we did a lot in an hour. I think we made some amazing headway, starting with, honestly, just some regular old text, and then ended up with something pretty cool, if you ask me, right? I think it's pretty strong. You know, is it going to hold up on social posts? That's kind of the next question. What parts break down? Sometimes with logos, you need it. I would make a small version of this where that white thread is maybe almost twice as thick, just because, you know, you want it to show up in small contexts. But that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.